Most television programs use material which has been edited. The average length of a shot has become shorter and shorter over the years. In this pop video, pictures are changing at a rate of about 1 every 2 seconds. Today's television audience expects this constant change of images and understands the visual grammar used by program makers. Editors need to follow the rules of perception. If they don't, things look odd. What's wrong with this cut?
The cheaper one is far more accurate than the expensive one.
The picture seems to jump.
Vibrates, the more accurate it becomes. Whereas the quartz movement can have what we call oscillations.
She's looking in the wrong direction.
Times per second. A mechanical movement cannot compare in accuracy. The accuracy of the cheaper one would be far greater than the one.
First, let's see what a drama scene is like.
One more.
With no editing.
She's going out. There's someone. You go.
This wide shot was okay to begin with, but it soon becomes visually uninteresting. Television works best with close-up and detail. This time, again with no editing.
One more.
This approach is to follow the focus of attention using constant camera movement.
She's going out.
It needs careful planning, though, to avoid sudden changes of angle.
Lots more fish in the sea,
Whoops.
mate.
An edited sequence of static shots gives you more control. Cutting between angles involves the audience more in the character and action.
Lots more fish in the sea, mate.
You know, I didn't think she was like that.
Don't take it to heart, mate. All boils down to the same thing in the end. Beautiful. Winner takes all?
In this example, the director has provided the editor with basic cover for the scene. A wide shot to establish the location, medium shots which direct our attention between speakers, close-ups of detail to pace the action. Key points covering a scene. A wide shot establishes the scene, contains the action safely, shows the action in real time, loses interest quickly, lacks dramatic focus. A developing shot has camera and subject movement, shows the action in real time, has strong visual interest, follows the dramatic focus, needs careful planning. A sequence can be edited to establish the scene, give strong visual interest, follow the dramatic focus, control timing and emphasis, select the best material. Editing increases the power with which you can structure a story. Jumping from one location to another means that we don't have to hear this telephone conversation from one place. We can see both reactions.
Look, I'm late. Gotta go. Okay.
You can compress time. The return journey to the snooker room is covered by a single cut.
One more.
She's going out.
Within a single scene, the camera viewpoint can hop instantly from one position to another to follow the dramatic focus of the story.
Winner takes all?
One of the characters gets a long break and proceeds to clear the table. This takes too long. It's much more effective to compress time and speed things up, like this. Shooting from different angles means we can cheat in the edit to improve his performance. Another way to edit the material is to cross-cut between locations, effectively developing two parallel storylines. Key points, time and place. Editing means you can change viewpoints to follow the story, cut between locations, compress or stretch time, develop parallel storylines. Here's an interview with a shop manager. Conventionally, interviews are done in a single take, and so changing camera position isn't possible. Here's the single take unedited.
Yes, I've got here two watches which are at the extreme of the Swiss market. You have a Swatch watch which is made out of a resin plastic material with a quartz movement. It takes one power cell that lasts approximately 2 years and retails at £27.50. You have there another one which is towards the other extreme of the Swiss market, which is a perpetual calendar chronograph, which basically gives you the stopwatch facility and a perpetual calendar reading up to the year 2200. And that one retails at £12,000.
The speech needs to be edited and reduced to its important points, but this will cause the picture to jump, as we saw earlier.
I've got here two watches which are at the extreme of the Swiss market. You have a Swatch watch which lasts approximately 2 years and retails at £27.50. Another one which is towards the other extreme of the Swiss market retails at £12,000.
You can hide the joins by cutting away to something else relevant to the story. For example, this wide two-shot could establish the scene. Close-ups of the watches will increase our interest. More general shots of the shop window display. Listening shots give basic cover.
Why do you think people...
And also a shot of the questions, which could be recorded at the end of the interview. During the main interview, the change from mid-shot to close-up helps to hold our attention.
The Swiss engineers have managed to achieve. It's not necessarily that we can't live without a watch.
Here's one way to cut the sequence together.
I've got here two watches which are at the extreme of the Swiss market. You have a Swatch watch which lasts approximately 2 years and retails at £27.50. Another one which is towards the other extreme of the Swiss market, which is a perpetual calendar chronograph, and that one retails at £12,000.
Right. What do students like most?
Chips.
Other speech sequences are made from cutting different people together to tell a story.
Nice bowl of chili with a nice glass of red wine.
A nice pizza or some burgers or something like that.
This style is called vox pop.
And if there's something like fish, it's alright, you know.
I love fish and chips.
It's best using short responses cut tightly together and shot with people looking in different directions so they appear to interact with each other.
I love curry so much.
What do you like to eat most?
Chips.
Look at this next extract to see how speakers facing opposing directions can also reinforce the idea of conflict.
If you go into a battery house or a cage house, I mean, they don't sound unhappy. The chickens are singing away. Not really much different to what the free-range chicken are.
If you actually buy half a dozen chickens and put them in a hen house, they will freely choose to go out and enjoy the great outdoors. Therefore, it's clearly against their will to be kept inside, and in the crowding of a battery cage, it's actually sort of inhumane what's going on.
Key points: the interview. An interview is usually shot in one take. Edit for speech content first. Cover jump cuts by cutting away to relevant pictures. Use changes of shot size to hold attention. Speakers appear to interact if they face different directions. Keeping continuity across the edit is often important. Watch the fire engine change direction. This is because the camera has crossed over the line of action. The line of action here is the road. If the camera stays on the same side of the road, the problem doesn't occur. Here's the same scene we saw at the beginning of the program. It's the same problem. Right to left, and left to right. If the camera doesn't cross the line of action, there's no problem. The directional continuity is maintained.
The one which is towards the other extreme.
The line of action here is the eye line between the two people. Cross the eye line, and again it looks completely wrong.
And that one retails at £12,000.
Telephone conversations are the same. It looks odd if they don't face each other.
Hello?
Hi, listen, I was going to ask you out.
Leah?
Even though the speakers are not in the same place, a line of action still exists.
Sorry. Look, why don't you have a drink at the hotel?
That's better.
Great, okay, bye.
Crossing the line only works here because we can see the change happen in shot.
Bit you need's on page 9, all right?
All right, I thought there was 2 bits.
We can find the other bit. Okay, but don't forget it must be back by 4.
Notice now that the line of action has moved to the new eye line. Key points: line of action. Establish the line of action within the scene. Crossing the line will cause a break in the continuity. The line of action can move as the scene develops. We've already seen this example of the jump cut.
Which lasts approximately 2 years.
It's a break in the speaker's continuity.
At £27.50.
Here's another one. We need to cut some of the time spent undoing the lock. The jump is caused by cutting between two ends of a slightly zoomed shot. To make it work better, we need to cut to a completely different angle. Here's another one. Again, we need to compress time, but this doesn't work. It will work better by cutting to a completely different angle and changing the background. Key points: jump cuts. A jump cut is a break in continuity. Editing similar shots will cause a jump. Cutting between two ends of a zoomed shot may cause a jump. Choose a different camera angle to cut to. In this fire station call-out sequence, each edit is needed to follow the action and the narrative. The edit pace is fast to reinforce the sense of urgency. Each edit should be made for a reason. For example, this cut is for dramatic emphasis and to reveal detail. The next cut changes location. So does this one. The next change of viewpoint is needed to follow the action. Cutting on movement gives good continuity. Here's the same sequence, but this time the pictures are cut to follow the voiceover.
Normally, what occurs is that the 999 call is received at Dorchester, is then passed through the computer to the teleprinter on the station. Everyone gets aboard the appliance, and the appliance turns out.
Key points edit for a reason. To make a point. To reveal detail. To increase drama, to change location, to get a better viewpoint, to compress or stretch time, to follow the soundtrack. In the early 1900s, Kuleshov, a Russian film pioneer, conducted an experiment. He intercut an actor's face with 3 different images. A dead woman, a child playing, and a plate of food. The audience commented on the actor's subtle use of expression, but the actor hadn't seen the images at all. He'd been directed to hold a neutral expression. The point Kuleshov was making is that the meaning of any image is affected by adjacent images. A very effective way to save on special effects. Put this image with this image, and you don't need to see the crash. Besides, the audience imagination is likely to be far more effective. A sound effect reinforces the association. Key points, association of ideas. The meaning of an image is affected by adjacent images. Use combinations of image to provide additional meaning. Use sound to reinforce or counterpoint the meaning. Sound is a powerful ingredient for the editor. The change in background sound here is used for dramatic effect. But here, the changes in sound disturb the sense of continuity. Overlaying a constant atmosphere sound smooths out the picture sequence. Let's go back to the drama.
Right, glass of white wine and a pint of lager.
Hi, John.
Oh, hi. Good to see you.
Hi.
Drinks on the way.
Here, Karen.
Thanks.
This is Leo. Do you two know one another?
Yeah. How are you?
I'll talk to you later, okay?
Okay, see you later.
The next cuts between mid-shots of these two characters don't work because their dialogue overlaps.
So, what's all that about?
Oh no, it's so embarrassing. Look, he's been hounding me all day for a drink.
That
day for
that
a
fits in
drink.
because he's been...
They either need to be directed to separate their speech or simply covered in a 2-shot.
Talk to you later, okay?
See you later.
What's that all about?
Oh no, oh it's so embarrassing. Oh, look, he's been hounding me all day for a drink.
Ah, now that fits in because he's been down all day and phoning someone. That's you.
Oh, no, poor bloke.
Oh, no, I don't believe that.
On the next 3 cuts, listen carefully to how the picture edits are displaced slightly from the sound edits to make the dialogue seem more natural.
Look, call the police, Martin.
On what basis?
Well, I don't know. Suspicious behaviour. Just let them sort it out.
The police, what'll they do?
This is called splitting the edit. Here, sound effects and music are used to reinforce the drama within the pictures. Sometimes the sound comes first. In this pop video, for example, the continuity of sound connects a montage of very different pictures. Key points, sound. Use changes in background to emphasize the cut. Use continuity of background to conceal the cut. Watch out for overlaps in dialogue. Use split edits to help continuity. Use music and effects to reinforce meaning. All the rules of continuity editing can be broken, but as with all rules, it's best to practice them first so that you know when it's all right to break them. We could put jump cuts into this to jolt attention and add to the pace. You can break continuity to increase dramatic tension, to shock, to confuse, or simply to entertain.
Hi there. My name's Willie Geiger. I'm a lecturer in computer animation. But in another life, I like to dress up. And I like to ride my bike. Juggling's good too. I like to juggle with anything, really. Clubs, balls, fruit. Now, don't try this one at home. Sometimes I get so tied up, it's nice just to get back to my computer. Oops. Bye.
Key points, breaking the rules. Know the rules before you break them. Break continuity to increase tension, to shock, to confuse, to entertain. Most picture editing works with simple cuts, but other transitions and effects are available as we've just seen, especially if you have 3 machine editing and a vision mixer. A mix or dissolve is useful, but you need 2 video players, 1 for each shot, and a recorder. A vision mixer will give you a range of wipe patterns. And perhaps other useful effects. Color desaturation and tinting. Posterization. Strobing color reversal. More expensive mixers give you more scope using digital video effects, DVE for short. Professional equipment will also let you slow shots down, speed them up, or reverse them. This sequence was treated by color desaturation, a fast strobe effect, and a letterbox wipe to give filmic effect. Don't be tempted to overuse effects, though. Remember, edit for a reason. Key points, visual effects. A transition can be a cut, a mix, a wipe, a digital video effect. Common picture effects include freeze, distortion, strobing, color changing, slow and fast motion. A 3-machine edit suite will cost a lot of money, even if you only hire it by the hour. It's called online editing. It's probably not a good idea to go straight here unless you've already planned your edit in some detail. Timecode can help. Video runs at 25 frames a second, and each frame is given a timecode value in hours, minutes, seconds, and frames. Nowadays, people copy the original material onto a cheaper format, such as VHS, with the timecode numbers copied or burnt into the pictures. Now, with one player, a monitor, and a notepad, you can begin to plan your edit on paper, using the timecode to note the approximate cut points. The resulting list of numbers is called an edit decision list, or EDL for short. It's probably only approximate at this stage, though, so next you'll need to use an offline edit suite to make a first assembly edit of your program. Key points, timecode. Editing is divided into offline and online processes. Offline can be done on a cheap video format. Timecode identifies every frame. An edit decision list is a list of timecode edit points. It's still common for many editors to offline edit on a linear tape format, in this case, U-matic. More recently, though, computer-based non-linear editing has become more popular and accessible. Here, selections of the original material based on a rough EDL have been digitized onto computer disk. The timecode can be typed in directly, and shots can be changed almost instantly. This is far quicker than spooling through tapes. Conventional videotape editing is based on the idea of placing shots consecutively. Opening up extra space in the middle of a program isn't possible without extensive recopying. Nonlinear computer systems allow material to be inserted effortlessly. It's more like film editing, but faster and without the mess. Unless the computer system has digitized the material at broadcast quality, in which case the process ends here, the final stage will be to take the finished edit decision list and the original videotapes and go back to the expensive online facility. The EDL is loaded into the system, and if your offline is accurate, this last stage is more of a technical process. You'll need to load the appropriate tapes for each shot and follow the EDL to reassemble your program. Key points, non-linear editing. Videotape is linear. Shots are assembled consecutively. Digital editing is non-linear. Shots can be rearranged at will. Other titles in the Videotheque series include Successful Camera Work for Video, Successful Lighting for Video, Successful Sound,